Alright, Q&A number 1. So I'm gonna answer Bob Machan's question. So he asks, what were your steps sa pag-expand sa Fretboard Mastery? Like from one pentatonic box hangtod sa na-achieve na nimo ang freedom ug asa ka ganahan mo adto while improvising. So salamat sa pagpunta Brad. So I'm not sure exactly what the steps were that I took to achieve the level of mastery that I have. But one thing that I did and continue to do up until today is kato akong i-share sa Guitar Talk 2, which is the checklist and incorporating it with creating your own chop builder. So chop builder, obviously inspired by Frank Gambale's chop builder. Naganahan jud ko sa idea nga more iyang gihimong more fitness workout exercise routine ang paggitara, and ever since I learned the instructional video, I started to create my own for my own purposes. So mao na tong button karon, just prerequisites lang. You need to be able to know the shapes of the major scale, pentatonic, and the 4-note arpeggios in every position of the fretboard. And you don't have to learn them exclusively. You can learn them together as you create your own chop builder. So before we could start, we're also gonna make our own backing track. So I've created or prepared a simple beat here. Na akong anak dito sa ubos ang sigsamok-samok. Ako na siyang i-create ahead of time. So I would suggest using a DAW like Reaper. I'm using Reaper, and this is the beat that I created. Medyo hinay siya, no? So simple lang, simple beat with a bass line. Simple na kayo, masarap ka note. And a DAW or like Reaper or Guitar Pro or similar apps like Guitar Pro. And the reason is you can create and modify the beat to your liking and change the tempo to your skill level. And so what we're going to do is just when we create our chop builder, we're just going to use the checklist and we're just going to choose one of each sa mga parameters. So one from notes, one from subdivisions, and one from form like position or string or octaves. And of course, we're going to ascend and descend everything. So with the beat that we've created, we're just going to play the scale that we use, the parameters that we use from the very first position until the very last that we can play on sa fretboard. So let's try that. 16 notes, major scale, positional playing. Let's do this. So basically, mo to siya, and this is what I mean by creating your own chop builder. If you notice last part sa scale, ni skip og notes. So nahurot naman ang usa ka measure, so you can create your own pattern to fit the measure that you're playing para murag ma-continuous nimo siya ba. Lingaw siya paminaw, lingaw po siya buhaton. And of course, you need to continue that. Wala na akong tiwas na kay makurot ang video. So you need to continue that up until the last position that you can play in your guitar. So another thing that you could do is use the sequences. So let's try that. Pwede ta mag sequence skip. Alright, so skip sequences. You can try sequence 4, sequence 3, whatever you're trying to work on. You can also try pentatonic scales, and you can change the subdivision. Like put it 16 notes, put it triplets, and you can use the octave method put and all the 7 positions of octaves. So imagine what you could accomplish with just this, no? Parang, if you can play the major scale, pentatonic scale, 4-note arpeggios, play them in 16 notes, play them in every position, play them in triplets, and play them in octaves in one string, you'd have a very decent level of fretboard mastery at that point. So just focus on one thing at a time, work on one thing at a time, and progress your way from there. So, alright, so na-cut ang video, no? Kaya I promised myself not to edit this, but it was getting too distracting. Anyway, I was saying, muna siya, no? Make your own chop builder, get creative with it, address your weaknesses, mix up the checklist, and enjoy the journey of mastery. I just like to address some common criticisms or comments that I usually hear with this kind of practicing, you know. And it's usually boring, or kapoy siya, or time-consuming siya, dugay siya, mahuman. And that being said, I'd like to make 2 final points to address that. The first thing is, you don't have to practice this way all the time, or you don't have to like force yourself or strictly program this kind of routine in your daily life. You just have to follow what you feel. But if you feel like playing or learning a song, then do that. If you feel like improvising over backing track freely, then do that. And maybe you could apply the things that you've learned sa chop builder nga maghimo. So we're not machines, so just follow how you feel during that day. The second point that I would like to make is a quote by Chris Williamson. He said in one of his podcasts, the magic that you're looking for is in the work that you're avoiding. So I really agree with this quote, because when I was playing this and learning all the positions, playing every position, all the sequences that I could play, all the scales that I learned, I played them in every position. It was very enjoyable for me. It was like playing a video game. And to a lot of people, it may seem boring, but not to me. And most people, I think, or I've observed, that they tend to find the answers somewhere else. But in reality, Manggod, the progress is really slow. And the answer is usually in your hands lang, literally. And just focusing on the boring shit that you do every single day. And it's in those small moments when you're present in what you're doing, like playing and making sure that your mind is focused on every stroke that you're playing. It's in those small moments where the magic happens, or the small improvements that those things happen. But it's small progress, slowly, during long periods of time, like months and years. That's how you master the fretboard. So, mao na to siya. Salamat sa pagtanaw. I hope nakatabang nga video. Medyo gubot siya, but mao na siya. Bye!